you doing? King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great day. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are hanging in there. Welcome to the live stream. Let's talk some Eagles football, man, because I think we're getting ready to see one of the biggest drafts in many years for the Philadelphia Eagles, and I'm going to be putting a video out about this later that I did earlier. The Eagles need to get the right receiver, not just the best guy or the guy that is the biggest guy or this or that, but they need to get the guy that fits Carson Wentz the best. How's everybody doing? Ryan, what's going on with you? In Philly we trust, what's up? Young Money. Kareem, what's up with you? Mims or Hamler? Give me Mims and give me Ayuk. Psycho Steve, what's up? Lethal Talent, how you, man? Getting some talent around is imperative. The best guys on the field make the plays and win. I agree. We need talent, but we need smart guys. We need to be smart about who we draft. We need guys that fit Carson Wentz the best. We need vertical wide receivers who have speed. Eagle Slayer, what's good with you? Michael, what's happening? What up, Larry? How are you? Philly Birds, are you on the range? Kevin, what's up, buddy? Ayuk has core injury. Yeah, core injuries heal, though. Core injuries heal. Once they have surgery heal, they're done. It's not a problem going forward. George Redden, thank you for the super chat. Yo, what's up, Philly? Thanks for streaming. Always here showing support. Thank you, George. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for the super chat. Who do I want? I want Ruggs. Ruggs is my guy. What's up, Bird Gang JoJo? You need a beer. I don't even have any beer, I don't think. Zeke fan, what's up, 500 Cowboys going to run the East? Cowboys stink. You know that. Bees, what's up? You sold on getting Mims? I like Mims. My number one move is still to trade up. That is my number one goal. Henry Ruggs is my target. I'll take Judy, I'll take Lamb, but Henry Ruggs is my target. And then if I can't trade up and I have to stay at 21, I'm probably going to take Denzel Mims. And then I'm going to try to come up again, or try to come up in a second, and I'm going to try to get Ayuk. I want Ayuk. Trade for Curtis Samuel from the Carolina Panthers in exchange for Eagles' first, 4th round pick and Rasul. That's way too much to give for Curtis Samuel, Prem. Slapnuts, what's up with you, man? Larry, Dallas does suck. They stink. The only thing the Cowboys run is, Cowboys are going to be 500. Mohammed says they're currently shopping Rasul Douglas. Yeah, I know that. Eggnog time during the draft. I wish there's no eggnog this time of year. I'd have to make my own, and believe me, I can't make my own. And I'm sorry if I'm missing comments. They're coming quick. Jeffrey's not going, no. Easy, what's up? What if Jefferson and Mims are off the board? You never know what could happen. Yeah, they could. If Mims and Jefferson are off the board, top 3, so 5 receivers are off the board, I may trade back a little bit, or I may just take Brandon Ayuk. That would be my next pick. Probably take Ayuk. I love Brandon Ayuk. I think he's going to be a stud. Astra Jackson, what's up? 500 is famous? Not at all. Jake says, David Gettleman going to be on auto draft because he can't work a computer. That's hilarious. Yeah, who's going to be on auto draft? That's the question. Would you take Ruggs or Lamb? I would take probably Lamb, but Ruggs I would be real tempted. But I think you have to go too high to get Ruggs. I mean, to get Lamb. Paul Toy says Ruggs I agree with, but too many people want to try to block us from that. Get Mims and Antonio Gibson. I like Gibson. Gibson you can move all around, but I think Ayuk is a pure outside receiver. I think he could play outside and be boom, you're done. Thank you, Astra Jackson. Draft Jefferson, Jacob says, and trade into the late first for Rager. I would do it. I would do it with Ayuk. Not Rager, but I would do it with Ayuk. Eagle Realist, what's up, 500? Hope we get Justin Jefferson in the Ayuk. Yeah, no. Could be. Rumored are interested in a linebacker, offensive or defensive line in the first round. Thoughts? Tyler, where are you seeing that rumor? Are you talking about people who did mock drafts? I've seen a couple mock drafts with us taking linebacker. Not going to happen. The Eagles aren't even going to go defense in the first round. Yo, Philly can't get a wrench. You guys all want wrenches. Philly, what up? Live from Richmond. Would rather keep Barnett or get Yannick? Would you rather keep Barnett or get Yannick? Also, what do you think of safety Delpit from LSU if we don't go wide receiver first round? I like Delpit. I think you can get Delpit later in the first or second, so I would trade back to get him if I decide to go safety. And I'd rather have Yannick than Barnett, to be honest. If we see you do prefer to be called 500 King Dingbat, either one works for me. I was on Bad Dog's stream, and he even said Giants aren't doing better than the Cowboys. So what, 500? What does he know? He's a Giant fan. Cashface, what's up, 500? Let's trade Ertz for Curtis Samuel on Panthers' first pick. Yeah, I would do that in a second. I wouldn't even have to bat an eye. Do you think we draft a center this year? Yeah, I think so. I think third, fourth round, something like that. Why not? I'd rather keep Barnett than trade for Yannick. Okay. I mean, I'm not shopping Derek Barnett. I think if you want to really get Yannick Ngakoue, the best thing is to wait it out. You have to wait it out. You can't rush it. You have to wait it out because the Jaguars have no leverage. They really have. What leverage do they have? If he's not playing for them, what are they going to do? At some point, they're going to have to go ahead and let him go. I'm sorry, miss. These are going so quick. I can't keep up. William says, yo, what's good 500? Why not Hamler over Ayuk? I like him. I like Ayuk better. I think Ayuk is going to be better. I have him rated higher. No, I like Hamler a lot. Don't get me wrong. But I think Ayuk, I think he has better hands. Primetime Highlight says, report, Rasul Douglas market is heating up. Jacksonville, Houston, and an unnamed NFC team. Also, Niners offer a direct player swap. Eagles countered with a steep offer, forcing them to walk away. Interesting. Well, I expect Rasul Douglas to get traded, but I don't know what the Eagles think they can get for him. Think Barnett breaks out this year with our dominant D tackles? I think it's possible, totally. I like the connection between Herm Edwards and the Eagles. Well, I mean, yeah, Herm used to play for us. I like the pick of a center. I think pick third round, something like that. Hamler is my least favorite of the wide receivers to be that have been discussed. He's small and has some drop. He definitely has drop issues. You know, when I watch Ayuk, I see a guy that can catch, but I see explosiveness too. I mean, he may not be as fast as Hamler, but Sean Fitzpatrick says that's right. To get Yannick, you have to make Jacksonville blink first. Well, that's what I would do. Even if you have to wait, I'd be willing to wait Jacksonville into the trade deadline. Like, I would wait that long. I would not rush it. Force them to trade him. You know, I think getting Mims in the first, then a defensive end from Notre Dame, then Van Jefferson. I watch Van Jefferson. I'm not as big on Van Jefferson as a lot of people. Like, you know, I don't know. He doesn't stand out to me like some of these other guys. There's guys I like definitely over him. I'm not big on KJ Hill either. We're number 21. Oh, Mike Nixon, thank you for the super chat, buddy. I appreciate that. Yo, Philly, I think Alshon is still valuable to the Eagles. He can be a perfect red zone threat. He can still grab them 50-50 balls. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Mike Nixon, for the super chat, buddy. You have more confidence in him than me. I think he's a guy with a Liz Frank injury. He's going to be hurt probably, first 6 weeks of the season. Then he's going to come back. How effective is he going to be? I don't have any confidence in Alshon anymore. Which combination, Nathan says, is better? Laviska Shenault and plus Ruggs or Mims plus Ruggs? Mims plus Ruggs. Mims plus Ruggs any day of the week. Why don't the Eagles value linebacker? They haven't in a long, long time. They really don't. We should trade for Pettis. That could be possibly what they're discussing. Do you think that Mims will fall into the second? If he does, we got to get him. I don't think Mims falls in second. I think Mims is going in the first. I think Ayuk could go in the first. My hope with Ayuk is because of his surgery that teams are going to be a little skeptical on him and he'll drop. Jefferson got production on the outside in 2018 even though LSU had a limited offense. Yeah, I mean, I've heard that, Fred, but I've also heard people say that they worry about his ability to separate, to get separation on the outside. So I don't know what to think about Jefferson. I will tell you this: if he cannot play on the outside, if I have questions about him on the outside, I'm not taking him 21. I'm not. I have to go with a guy that can play outside. Mims can play outside. Gavin says, I'd like to see Mims replace Jeffrey. I wouldn't mind. Mark says, draft day going to be exciting seeing our first pick. Oh, definitely. So we got 287 people in here. Please like, please subscribe. Let's get at least over 100 likes. All free agents were pretty fast. I guess we're finally paying more attention to speed. The draft should be no different. We need speed. We have one of the slowest teams last year. Gibson is both a wide receiver and running back with a 4.40. I watch it. Gibson is like a guy I would take. Like if he's there in the 4th round, I would take him. I swear. The only reason I wouldn't take him in the 3rd round is because I'm going to draft the receiver in the first 2. Yo, Philly, Howie better not mess this up. He needs to find a way to get Ruggs on Ayuk. Now that's my dream scenario. People ask me, what's my dream scenario? Let me get Ruggs and Mims, or Ruggs and Ayuk. I get that, I'm good. I can't wait to watch a draft stream. Oh, I can't wait to be streaming. I'm going to be nervous wreck. Fred says, Ruggs would be better with Wentz than any other quarterback he's been paired. I agree, Fred. I mean, talking about fits for Carson Wentz, I think Ruggs is the guy. Just listen to Greg Cosell. And outside of the top 3 receivers, he thinks Mims' upside is as high as Lamb. I'm sold. What do you say? Yeah, I did a video last week where I said that I think Denzel Mims could wind up being the best receiver in this draft when it's all said and done. Like, he has that big, his upside is that much. Now, I don't know if he'll live up to it, but he's got that kind of upside. I don't think Ayuk is better. From everything I've watched of Ayuk, and I've watched a lot of Ayuk, I think Ayuk is great on the outside. I don't believe he's a slot. Everybody wants to put a fast guy who's a little smaller, even though he's 6 foot, in the slot. They just say, oh, he's a slot receiver. But the league is getting away from 6'4" slow guys on the outside. Man, these are going so damn quick. Fanatic Philly fan, what's up, my man? And I'm sorry if I'm missing any. Dave Sports Quest, what's up, buddy? 500. Everyone hit that like button. Thank you, Dave Sports Quest. Ah, man, these are going so quick. You want Kenneth Murray now at 21? Eagles don't draft linebackers in the 1st round. Cool Cat Connor, what's up with you? Everybody, shout out to Cool Cat Connor. Check out his channel. That's the problem here. After the top 3 scouts have different thoughts about the remaining receivers, who knows who's right? Well, who knows who's right, but we can't afford to miss up, man. If one team cannot afford to miss on receivers, it's the Philadelphia Eagles, you know? Hitman Sticks, please like and subscribe to my bro 500 if you have already. You dig? Thank you, Hitman Sticks. You the man. Ayuk is a yard after catch guy. I'm out with the Alshon Jefferson with the Tariq Hills. That's the way the league is going. The league is going fast. It's going speed. I like Ayuk. The more I like Ayuk, the more I watch Ayuk, the more I'm like, dude, I would take this guy in the 1st. If like Mims is off the board, let's say top 3 go off the board and then Denzel Mims and Jefferson sitting there and I'm at 21, I would seriously consider moving back and just taking Ayuk. I'm not even kidding. That's how much I like Ayuk. Ayuk is maybe my 5th best wide receiver. Okay, I love him. Yo, 500, I'm telling y'all, check out Memphis. Okay, I will. Heard that we are outside looking in on Yannick. Also, the Raiders are shopping the 12th pick. Yeah, I did a video with the Raiders shopping the 12th pick. I think that's going to happen. I think they're trying to move. Now, I also read an article today, and I'm going to have a video on this later, where there's some people now saying that because of the way the league is kind of structured the draft and where the depth is, and early on there may be quarterbacks going, that a lot of the teams in the mid to late 1st round, they don't have a desire to trade back. They don't want to trade up. People don't want to trade up. They want to just stay where they are. And it's making some of the teams that want to go back, like possibly the Raiders, put them in a bad position. And what that does is, that means that if that's really the case, you'll have a position maybe where the Eagles can trade up at a value because teams just want to get back. People often don't realize that sometimes it's valuable for a team to trade back, that there's value in that, and that they can't charge as much just to trade up because there's value in trading back. So you got to keep an eye on that. Can we get Judy or if we trade up, Ryan, we could. 500, should we get 2 wide receivers in the first 2 picks? I would. Philly Fan D, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Hello, Dingbat. How are you? How are you? They're going to 10 rounds instead of 7 because of lack of player visits and interviews. I didn't hear that. How are they going to set that up? System of the Knot. Yo, Philly, my man, I just got home from work. How you doing? What I miss? Everyone like and subscribe. And for the Bad Dog song. You want the Bad Dog? Yeah, everybody like and subscribe. Bad Dog is a mad dog, 'cause he knows the Giants always stink. Thank you. Coming to iTunes. Trade with the Panthers for the 7th overall pick and get Lamb? Could. We need the virus to get out of here. I'm done with that whole thing, that virus thing. I'm done with it, dude. I don't care anymore. I'm ready just to go out. I'll go anywhere. I ain't wearing no mask. I don't care. I'm done. Holy Tomatoes, thank you for the super chat. Herm Edwards and Howie equals Ayuk. What's Herm Edwards' connection to Ayuk? Would you be okay taking 3 wide receivers, 1st, 2nd, and 4th? Yes. I don't think they would, but I would. Nash says, Giants need more vertical receivers as well with Jason Garrett's offense. Man, but you got Darius Slayton. Darius Slayton, I would trade any receiver on our team for Darius Slayton right now. First 2 wide receiver, 30 interior offensive line. That's how I'm going to do it. My first 3 picks would probably be receiver, interior offensive line. You didn't miss much, Messiah Armstrong, but thank you for being here. Alan says, what's up, 500? My old infamous noob changed my name. What's going on with you? Did I miss something? Is Alshon Jeffrey staying? It looks like he's staying because nobody wants him. Jeez, these are going slow. I put the damn thing on slow mode and it doesn't go slow. No, I love Slayton too. No chance. No, you want the Nelson? Nelson. He stinks. Gonna make Raider face drink. Thank you. What's up, Ethan? How are you? Shenault in the 2nd, boomer bust potential. Boomer bust, totally. My fear with Shenault is that some people don't think he can play outside. That he's got to be more of a gadget guy or a slot guy. Edwards, I didn't even know Edwards was a head coach at Arizona State. It's even more reason to get him. Who do you think the Eagles should trade up and get? I want to trade up and get Henry Ruggs. Give me Henry Ruggs. Well, I think Andre Dillard is going to be good this year. Don't forget to like this video on your way in or out. Yes, definitely like. We got over 300 people here. Please like. Please subscribe. We try to do this a lot. We haven't been doing it every day, but we're doing it a lot. And it's going to heat up with the draft coming. I remember Herm Edwards at the corner. Damn, I'm old. You are old, Sean. Sean, you are old. If we could get Shenault and Ayuk, would be dynamite together. Could be. But I wouldn't wait that long for a receiver. We can't have another DK Metcalf situation if we trade back. I don't trust Howie. I know. That's how I feel. Hey, Philly, what do you think about getting a power running back in later rounds? Late rounds, I don't mind. Yo, King Dingbat, you still working on Riley Pooper song? Yeah, I need to do one. Oh, Joey's, thank you for the super chat. You turned me onto Brandon Ayuk. I watched the film on him, and damn, he's explosive and has good hands. Thank you, Joey's, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Yeah, the more I watch Brandon Ayuk, the more I like him. And I would have told you 2 weeks ago that I would put Hamler and Rager ahead of him. And I can't do it anymore. I know the Eagles are talking to KJ Hamler. Rock Artist, thank you, man. Subscribe to Philly 500, y'all. He do great fit. Thank you, man. Yes, please like, please subscribe if you haven't. What do you think of Taylor Gabriel? I'm going to be doing a video on that. It'll be out tomorrow. Talking about Taylor Gabriel specifically. Talking about how the Eagles, I still believe they got at least one free agency move left before the draft. So that'll be out tomorrow, but I think they should take a look at him. They take anything but a receiver in round 1, will your inner EDP rage come out? It could very well, It could, because I'm like convinced that not only do they need a receiver, but they need the right kind of receiver. Like if they draft a big, slow guy, I'm not going to understand it at all because clearly they had a problem last year with Alshon and Carson having chemistry, and I believe it's an issue of the type of receivers you need to put around Carson Wentz. Mims is more raw than Whiteside, but I think he's more explosive. I don't look at Whiteside as an explosive receiver. Does anybody think, oh boy, Whiteside's going to beat that guy? Like I see him as more of a 50-50 ball guy, go up and get it, catching traffic. I don't see him as explosive. The Eagles need explosiveness. Daniel says, Jalen Reagor, he is Steve Smith Jr. potential. He's got all the traits to be a great wide receiver. Hamler has the Deshaun vibe when he catches the ball. Yeah, I mean, those are true. I like both those guys. Why don't we just go full 2000s and get linebacker or defensive end in the first and just ignore wide receiver? Because then we're going to score 15 points a game next year. Howie has to make up for last year for passing Metcalf. Metcalf, McLaurin, Slayton, who else? There was like 5 or 6 receivers that were really good last year. None of them played for us. Hope he does well, Joel. The way you can see Arthega more offense. I want Arthega-Whiteside. I want him to be successful. But I can't put all my eggs in that basket, you know. I'm hoping he's going to be. Giants like Anthony Harris. Yeah, I like him too. They may go get him. Mims can't get separation. He's just a ball receiver. I'm not so sure I buy that. I know people have said it. I've seen that it's a weakness. But I think that on the next level, better route running, I think he can. He needs to put on a little weight too. But I think he could. Kara, what's up with you? Why would we trade? Now, Kara, she does mock drafts. She's always got us drafting Judy. So if we get Jerry Judy, it's because of her. Campbell, Metcalf, Brown, Pierce. Yeah, I mean, passed on them all, Paul Toy. No question. Cowboys have a young quarterback too, young running backs, young receivers, linebackers, corners, Brandon Graham, Cox. Man, Zeke fan, you guys stink. You got the oldest defensive line. We're going to whip your butt. D'Angelo Adams, thank you for the super chat. Do you think we get new uniforms? That's another thing I need to talk about. Did you see Atlanta's new uniform in Tampa? I think they're ugly. But why can't we get a new uniform? I've been waiting years. We need one. Even if they don't go Kelly Green, which they should, they need to update the uniform. I mean, they've had it since the 90s. We need a big body wideout with speed and a speed. I think you need 2 speed receivers. If you have a bigger receiver who's a little fast, that's okay. Like you have Mims and then like Ayuk or Hamler, then now you're talking. Dave says, I honestly think we'll get Mims at 21 because Jefferson will be taken by Dolphins. I think Jefferson may go. Yeah, I would love Kelly Green. That's my favorite. They lost Frederick and still happy you all added old guys. They added old guys. They lost their best corner. To me, I thought Quinn was their best defensive pass rusher last year. So I think their defense got worse, and they lost their center. Let's take Mims, Jesse. I'm not opposed to Mims, I'm sorry. Anthony says, Philly, what's up, buddy? What's up with you? Hollins had the core muscle surgery and was never the same. But he stunk beforehand. He wasn't even good. Matt Collins stunk beforehand. Most people, majority, they say, come back from it and don't have the problem again. That dude stinks. Look, he stunk before the injury, and so he would stink after the injury. It's not like he was an all-star. D'Angelo, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Appreciate it. 2 speed wide receivers would take a lot of pressure off Ertz. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I think that's where the league is going. You know? Kara says, I would get rid of Ertz before Goddard. Oh, I would too. Jerry Jones is better at drafting than Howie Roseman, 500. Certain positions, I'll give him that. But I don't know how much it's Jerry anymore. You know what I mean? I think he's more like, he don't know what the hell's going on. He's got his evil electric, like the evil Empire, Emperor Palpatine of Star Wars. That's what he reminds me of. I think Jerry Jones is like the Walking Dead. Mims, Ryan, Mims. I wouldn't mind bringing Dez on a 1-year deal. Too slow. I think our defense is going to be top 7. Could, if the pass rush can get, if those defensive ends have a big year, we will be. Space God says, I have a lot of confidence that we could successfully trade up and get Ruggs, but I'm scared to know what we would give up. I think it's going to happen. I've been saying it. I believe it. The draft is always need versus want. We all know what we need, a top wide receiver. This isn't the best player available type draft. To pick 10, are you cool with flipping first, a 4th next year, and a 1st to get Lamb? To get to 10, I don't think you would have to give up 2 firsts, but I would consider it, yeah. I think that this is an important draft for the Eagles. I don't think they can afford to be worrying about drafting 8 players. I think they got to be worried about getting top-of-the-line wide receiver prospects. Usually in the first round, I'll tell you, take the best player available. Do not worry about the position. But this year, the Eagles, and because of the way Howie Roseman drafts, I don't think you can wait to take the 7th, 8th best wide receiver. So my strategy changes. Philly Fandy, thank you for the super chat. So Goddard for Odell Beckham? No. I'm not doing it. I'll do Ertz for Odell. Rock Dart says, Howie better do anything to get Ruggs. That's what I would do. I'm going to be shaking to death during... Oh, I'm going to be a nervous wreck. The Eagles are 3 one-year deals from being a Super Bowl contender. Clay Matthews, LaShawn McCoy, and Clowney. Yeah? Maybe. I don't think Clay Matthews and Shady have much left. Clowney could become an interesting situation. Noodles, are we a Super Bowl bound if we get speed receiver? I think so. If you can get a speed receiver and have health, I think so. I ain't scared to give up pick or 2 for Ruggs. Me neither. I'm telling you right now, I would call Oakland. I know they're trying to get back and they want a 2nd rounder, but I would offer them this. I would say, I'll give you a 1st, I'll give you a 2021 2nd, and I'll give you this year's 3rd. I think they do it. Razul, trade talks are heating up. Niners are a team that is interested. Yeah, I saw that. We talked about it. I didn't see it yet, but we'll see. We need a deep threat. Deshaun won't play 10 games. He usually plays about 9 or 10 games. Dallas defense they're not going to be able to find Carson. We might not even get a wide receiver. Draft class is talented again. Howie has to hit on the draft. I don't think they can afford to wait. Super Bowl or bust? No, I don't think it's Super Bowl or bust this year. If we're trading a tight end, why not trade Goddard at 3rd or 4th and a 1st round next year for Yannick? Because he's 25 years old. I'm not trading him. And then I got Ertz who's 30. No, I'm doing it. Birds Nation, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Plus, why do you want to give up so many 1st round picks for Yannick when Jacksonville has no leverage? Just wait him out. Wait him out. I don't care if it takes to the trade deadline. Wait him out. He's not playing there. Hey, 500, are you going to be live during the draft? Sorry if you mentioned... Yeah, I'll be live, Shane. I'm going to be live for the first 2 nights. What corner would you trade? I'm okay moving Rasul Douglas. If you refuse to put him at safety, then I'm okay with it. I really don't want to give up our 2020 2nd round pick. I think we need to go double and right. Yeah, me too, Dean. That's why I offered the 2020 2nd and a 3rd this year. Aaron says, Philly 500, do you think Tom Brady will be good for playing Tampa? Yeah, I do. I think if Tom Brady has 50 to 60% of his talent left with that offense, I do. Benjamin, you want Lamb or Mims? I like it. Will you be mad if they get center 1st round? Yo, that wall's coming down. Yeah, you can't take a center in the 1st round. Then get Odell this year? I don't know if they would. I heard that the Niners pulled out of a deal. There was something that they didn't like. Apparently, there are other teams interested in Russell. I'm curious to see what they think they get for Rasul Douglas. I'm willing to take a pick to use the trade up. Tyler says 21st pick, Rasul, and a 4th for the Niners' 13th pick. By the way, Slayton was a 6th round pick. Man, we never hit on that. You got him again? You got Judy again? How does that keep happening? Jason says the 49ers walked away from the trade. But what was the trade? Does anybody know? And look, maybe that's the team you trade with at 13. Green Blaze says, what about drafting Mims in the draft? 1st Hamler, 2nd Jefferson, and 3rd. Possibly. And I'm going to look into the Rasul thing, and I'll talk about it at some point. What round would you take Laviska Shenault Jr.? Third. I wouldn't take him till third. I haven't seen Tuska yet. No, the man is a beast. Really good promise for defense. It's projected to be going late. Might be a steal. I'm all for it late. Judy and Hill this time. Interesting. Hey, Philly 500, what is your opinion of KJ Hamler? I like KJ Hamler. Very fast. Has a little problem dropping the ball, but he's explosive. I think he's going to be a decent player. There are a couple guys I like above him, but I like him. Do you think Shady will be third running back this year? I do not, Matt. Why would we get 2 hard receivers if we have Djax, Jeffrey, Greg Ward, and JJW? You just answered your own question, Alan. Because you have Deshaun Jackson, 33 years old. How many years he's got left? You got Jeffrey, bad foot, might not even make it this year. And you got Arcega-Whiteside, who is really not done anything yet. Didn't have a great year, his rookie year. And then you have Greg Ward, who had a good year, and I'd like to see get more chance, but you never know what they think of that guy. So you just answered the question. That's why you need 2 receivers. Big Fish, Little Boat, thank you for the super chat, buddy. I've been toying with the idea of DeAndre Swift if all the wide receivers get gobbled up. Shore up a running back cheap for the next year. But you already got a running back. I believe too much in Miles Sanders. Hamler's the next Aguilar? I don't think he's Aguilar. But he does have a problem with drops. Get Mims and Ruggs. I love it. And thank you, Big Fish, Little Boat, for the super chat. Do you think the Patriots will be good without Tom Brady? I don't know how they're going to be. Ruggs and Hamler or Mims and Rager? Oh, Ruggs and Hamler. Yeah, I'll take that. TJ Edwards will have over 85 tackles this season. Okay, that's good. I would go Mims at 21. I like it. Something is telling me he's going to be the best receiver at 20. He could very well be. I would go Mims over Jefferson. Milton Flores says trade up for Lamb and a LB and a linebacker and KJ Hamler. See, I think the Eagles won't take a linebacker. I think the earliest they would take a linebacker is the 4th round. Then the Eagles countered the offer. The 49ers walked away. Well, I wonder what a trade was, Jason. Hamler's too small, 179. Well, could be. Would you take Donovan Peoples and Jones in the 3rd? No, I think like 5th round, Nico. I'd rather get Antonio Gibson than Shenault Pac-12 players. Yeah, I think I would too. Do you really want to see Slay versus Cooper? Well, I know he's going to shut Cooper down. So, sure. Ruggs and Higgins or Ruggs and Mims or Ruggs and Jefferson? Ruggs and Mims. Ruggs and Mims, rock artists. Because the thing with Mims is he's got speed. You know, he's big and he has speed. You know. What we should get Michael Pittman Jr. 2 rounds. He's elite. I don't know that he's elite, Muhammad. I think he's a pretty decent prospect, though. I think he's a 3rd round pick. See, I would consider, if I had Ruggs, I would consider Pittman 3rd round. Mims or Ayuk at 21,500. I'm telling you, Dave. I'm telling you right now, and this is going to sound crazy, but the more I watch Ayuk, the more and more I like him, and the more he's riding up the boards. I'm going to say Mims right now, but dude, by draft night, I may change my mind. Like, I love Brandon Ayuk. The more I watch, and if you haven't watched highlights of him, I suggest you do so, because I think he's going to fit the Eagles. You know, I don't know. He just, something about that kid stands out to me. If we had a first pick, who would you take? First pick overall? That's a very good question. Probably Chase Young. You have to take Chase Young. But I'm in love with Isaiah Simmons. Ruggs in the 1st round and Hill in the 2nd round. Maybe. I'm super worried that we will waste Carson's prime. Well, we're going to know, Clash. If they don't get the right guys in this draft, to me, we've already started. We've already waited. Because these are his prime years. We are entering Carson's prime years right now. We're going to waste it if we don't. Ayuk is I'm telling you, Ayuk, I love him. If we get Mims, we should pair him with Rager. I like Rager. Yeah, I mean, How did I become an Eagle fan? I was born into it. My whole family, is Eagle fans. We could draft Denzel Mims at 21, then draft Brandon Ayuk in the second round. Look, I'm telling you, if I stayed at 21 and I took Denzel Mims, let's say, my next thing I would do is, since I didn't trade, I'm going to get my second, I'm going to get one of my fourths, and I'm going to go back up in the second. I'm going to go as far as I can get up, and I'm going to try to get Brandon Ayuk. I'm being told that Rasul, if traded, will be traded during the draft. Yeah, well, that's what I would think, Jesse. And if he's talking to the 49ers, maybe they're talking pick. Maybe they're talking trade up. That would make sense, because I don't know how many picks the 49ers have, which would make sense on why somebody said earlier that they were trying to trade a player. But they don't have a lot of picks. But if they're trying to move back and the Eagles are getting up, they may throw Rasul Douglas in that whole thing. This may be the trade up, baby. This may be the trade up. Because I believe the Eagles are trading up for Henry Ruggs. I believe they're going to get Henry Ruggs. I'm telling you right now. Let's see. I'm getting excited thinking of it. Let's have Dak and Wentz trade teams for a season. I bet Carson takes Cowboys. He would have won 2 Super Bowls with that offense. Oh, Bruce Hunter Jr., thank you for the super chat, buddy. Appreciate that. Did you read the article about Jefferson playing outside? I have. And, for every article I read about it, I hear the opposite side. It reminds me of when Derek Barnett was coming out, right? And everybody says, well, he put up Reggie White's stats, man. He was beating Reggie White's record. He's that good. And then I would read other people say, don't buy it because there's not really good left tackles in the SEC. So he's not going up against the best left tackles. And I'm like, I don't know who's to believe. It's either they're going to be right or wrong. And look, so far in his career, he hasn't lived up to his first round billing, in my opinion. So, I don't know. I don't know what to think. Jefferson, to me, it's all about if you believe he could play outside. That's the truth. If you think he can play outside, then he's worth the pick. If you don't, then I don't think he is. VJ says, trade up for Judy Lamb, 2021st, in the third 2021, a first, a second round trade up for Delpit. I love Delpit. I mean, I would do it, VJ. I would do that. Russell will be part of a trade-up. Yeah, he could be part of a trade-up. What are we going to do with Jeffrey? I think he's going to come. Here's what I think happens to Jeffrey. He's going to be on the IR to start the season. He's going to come back later than people think. And then he's just going to go through the motions. I would be like a cheerleader if we get Ruggs. Oh, me too. Look, if during the draft, I don't even know what I'm going to do. If we draft Ruggs, I may start showing you how fast I am. If we don't trade up for Ruggs, then let's get Jefferson in the first round, Ayuk in the second, or in third. I mean, it's quite possible, but Jefferson could be gone too. I like Mims better. I mean, I'm just being honest. Jefferson more of an impact from the slot, but I think he can sell an outside too. That's kind of my feeling with Bruce. I think he probably can play outside, and it's going to be very overblown, but he is a better fit in the slot. I think you're right. That's kind of how I see it. Coyote, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Carlito Waste, I just watched Ayuk and Jefferson highlights. What do you think, Carlito? I have Jefferson coming back week 14. You have Jeffrey coming back week 14? You may be right. Bleeding Green Nation says no on Jefferson. All right. Van Jefferson on John Hightower in the third and fourth. So you're not taking a receiver, Benny, until the third or fourth? If we get Ruggs, say what a move by Howie Roseman. I know, I will, Ryan. If we trade up for Ruggs, then I think Howie Roseman watches this show. Because I don't think there's anybody on YouTube, anybody around that has been fighting the trade up as much as me. Antonio Gibson is the running back we want in the draft. 4.40 speed, he's our missing running back. Well, yeah, you want to play him at running back. Okay, well, see, he's kind of that Swiss Army knife, Trade a first and third and fourth picks for 49ers pick. Yeah, I would do it, official. If many teams want Rasul Douglas, take him. My first, fourth, so you can move up, because obviously Eagles can't use him, right? Yeah, I think so. The 49ers thing's interesting because they don't have a lot of picks. And I'm sorry if I'm missing these. We have 380 people here. Please please subscribe. We got to get at least over 200 likes. At least over 200 likes. Let's do it. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Some of the best wide receivers, Michael Thomas, Keenan Allen, AB when he was sane, and Davante Adams do most of the work out of the slot. Look, I think the slot thing gets so overrated, to be honest with you. But those guys can play anywhere. Davante Adams can play outside. Antonio Brown can play outside. I mean, they can play anywhere. Those are really good wide receivers. Those are the best. Hall of Famer Antonio Brown. Michael Thomas, best in the league. Davante Adams, I don't know, man. He runs beautiful, beautiful routes. You're talking about guys like that. They're gonna win anywhere. They're gonna win in any position. You can put them outside. You can put them anywhere. Tyreek type of player, Jav. For the Eagles and what the Eagles need right now, the Eagles need Tyreek Hill type of player. He's the better fit right now. Round 1, Eagles trade Raiders. Eagles move to 12, select Judy. Round 2, Eagles trade Jags, Jeffrey, Barnett, Douglas for Yannick, plus a 20-22 swap, Eagles, Higgins. I like it. If they could pull that off. Keep Alshon, trade Wentz before it's too late. Oh, here we go, Don Rads. Where are you at, man? You at your Folesian Society meeting? Brody, thank you for Super Chat, buddy. Yo, 500. Ruggs and Jefferson or Ruggs and Brandon Ayuk? Great vid. Stay safe. That's a good question because if I have Ruggs, I could put Jefferson in the slot. But I'm going Ruggs and Ayuk. That's how much I like Ayuk. Thank you for the Super Chat, man. I appreciate that so much. Elliot, you didn't miss much talking about Russell. Douglas stuff is heating up. Things like that. Sports Critic, what is up with you, man? How are you? 500, who's the best running back, O-line, receiver, and tight end division? Don't be biased. Okay, so best running back in the division, Saquon Barkley. Best O-line, like the whole offensive line? Well, you just lost Frederick, right? So you just lost Frederick. I'm going to say Eagles' best offensive line, and tight ends, obviously, it's the Eagles. What do you think? See, I just blew your mind. Keep Alshon trade. How's that Folesian Society meeting? Howie's natures never show his real moves. We know what he wants, but we don't know what Howie's going to do. That's true. And if you think about this, I mean, the one thing that people, except for Philly 500, except for this thing back right here, the one thing you don't hear is the Eagles are trying to move up. The Eagles are trying to move up. The Eagles are trying to move. Only I'm saying it. So if Howie's going to do what nobody's talking about, then he's trading up. I'm going with you. I see the beard. Yeah, beard is growing up. My wife's about to double moonwalk my ass for it. Percent we get Ruggs. I mean, look, I'm going to say 50-50. But I firmly believe they're going to get him. You know? I do. Frederick says, I follow you and Lord. Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate that, Frederick Fletcher. You the man. Sims has Hamler rated as 4th best. Sims has him as 4th best, and he also has Jefferson as 2. I can't agree with it, you know? To get the 49ers 13th round pick, give them this year's first, yeah, one of our 4th, and Russell Douglas. Well, here's the thing. What do they view Douglas as? If they view Douglas as a 3rd round pick, it might get done. If they view him as a 4th round pick, you may need to add something. Do you like Justin Jefferson better or Henry Ruggs? Henry Ruggs. Ruggs. The Black Line says, I don't trust. What's up with you, Black Line? How you, man? I don't trust Hamler. Yeah, I kind of feel you there. I know he has a lot of drops, but he's fast. Bruno says, what do you think about? What do you mean? We can't waste Carson Wentz prime. We got to go all in. I know. And this is like the best receiving class. And I know people assume, well, we can just wait. But we got to look at who's making the picks. Dan, there are several reports that Mims is really good. Yeah, I mean, look, Mims has been, he basically, you look at his tape, you see how good he is. The Senior Bowl, he was the best player at the Senior Bowl from what I heard. Everything about him looks good. He goes to the combine, he runs a 4.38. Guy's big, man. I love Denzel Mims. And I said this in one of my videos earlier in the week. Denzel Mims may end up being the best wide receiver in this draft. He has that high of a ceiling. You'll find out. You read an article about a Bell I sent you, where trading Le'Veon to the Eagles. Yeah, I saw that. I trust Mims more than Jefferson. I kind of do too. Sometimes you look at guys' name and you can guess they'll be bust. You can. No, it's true. It's true. Like when you hear Saquon Barkley, you're like, that dude's a stud. But when you hear Nelson Aguilar, you said, what the hell smells? You know, it's true. Denzel with the right development he can be, yeah. Jefferson is very Keenan Allen-like. He is, yeah. A guy who takes most of I think he's a little faster than him, Tyler. There's no question Jefferson could be a good player. I have a feeling Raiders will take Ruggs with the first. They could, Kelvin. They could. That's why I want to trade up. What do you think about trading the first pick for someone who have 2 seconds and then draft two good wide receivers like Mims and Jefferson, for example? Like, so you want to trade a first and then get 2 seconds? So you have 3 seconds. I don't think Mims or Jefferson would be there, though. Give me Michael Pittman Jr., Big Birds. Do you think Darius Slay will have the same impact Asante Samuel had when he signed with the Eagles and they be the ball hawk? As long as the Eagles use Darius Slay the right way. If they sit there and just let him play one side and don't put him on the best receiver, we're going to have a problem. You got to let a guy like that. You got to let a guy like a Slay, right? You got to let him play the best receiver. That's what he gets off on. That's what gets him motivated. And if the Eagles don't do that, they're going to ruin him. Aguilar won a Super Bowl. Oh, yeah, enough said. Aguilar won a Super Bowl. He was so great. He stinks. Come on. He had one good year, a fluke year. Where was he last year in that Atlanta game running down that damn sideline? Where was he in New England? Oh, I hurt my little knee. I'm out for the rest of the year. Come on. Nelson Aguilar stinks. He stinks. He always will stink. He got lucky one year because he caught a pass in week 1 versus the Redskins and scored a touchdown. He had confidence. He ain't got it up here. He's a Raider and he stinks. I can't stand Nelson Aguilar. There are players that I cannot stand, and he is one of them. Him, late Nate Allen is another. I hate Nelson Aguilar. I'm so glad he's gone, and I will never show him the respect. Much respect for you for wanting to give him credit, but he stinks. Mav, Ruggs or nothing, yes. I wonder if its 2020 regular season schedule is out. It's not out yet. Kels got snubbed. Yeah, definitely. You was awesome in that year? Yeah, I know I was. Darby was trash too, absolutely. Would you give up a first or second round to get Ruggs? Yes. Rams overpaid Ramsey. I would have traded for Ramsey. Not going to lie to you. I still would have done it because he's only 24 years old. Is it necessary for Derek Barnett to get the quarterback this season? Yeah, I think so. I think he has to. Aguilar lost his nerve when Deshaun went down. Aguilar he just aggravates me. You know? I got the hot woman, no. I mean, look, you know, that's what happens when you got the Straddle. Jalen Hurts at 103. You want to take him at 103? Really? Brandon, you want Yannick? Just look, the whole thing with Yannick, if you want him, be patient and wait it out. You got to wait it out. You got to be willing to go to the trade deadline and wait it out. He helped us win a Super Bowl. That's great. That's great. He helped us win a Super Bowl. So did the ball boy. So did the ball boy. Look, I appreciate that Aguilar helped us win the Super Bowl. I don't care. I don't care. He stinks. You know, I'm sure he's a nice guy. I'm glad that he had a good year in 2017. Thank God. But what did he do for us last year? He killed us. Trade Ertz, the number 21 or later next year pick for Jags. You guys are just trying to... I'm sorry, I'll be the gay, but you guys are trying to get me going with this whole Aguilar thing. You know it's going to drive me nuts. Trade Ertz, the number 21 or later next year pick for the Jags for Yannick, number 9. If they throw the 9 in there, I'll consider it. Oh, Jason Babin, that's another dude. Riley Pooper pisses me off. Late Nate Allen pissed me off. Jason Babin, I could not stand him. The Waterboy, dude, yes, give us an estimate when it looks state lockdown. Hell if I know. I gotta think by May this thing's over. I don't think people can put up with it. Trade up for Judy and send a fourth to the Bengals for John Ross. I don't want John Ross. I think he's too hurt. Who's better, Hollins or Aguilar? Geez, Hollins helped us too, man. I think we need to build a statue for Hollins. He caught that pass against Washington. Aguilar was better than Hollins, but that ain't saying much. Would I take Michael Thomas? Yeah, I think he's the best receiver in football. Do not draft Jefferson. He's Jordan Matthews. You think he's Jordan Matthews? See, he's a little faster, a little more athletic than Jordan Matthews. What about Clement back? I would not be opposed. Aguilar was the main reason why we won, but no, Aguilar was not the main reason why you won a Super Bowl. Aguilar was not the main reason why you won the Super Bowl. No, Carson Wentz was one of the big reasons why you were in a position to win a Super Bowl. Then Nick Foles took you the rest of the way there. Don't forget that defense was pretty good when they needed to be. And, you got to think about Alshon Jeffrey was pretty good. Corey Clement and those backs, LeGarrette Blount were good. You can't tell me that Nelson stinking Aguilar, is the main reason why we won. Is the main reason. You make me want to not even win it. Philly 5, read somewhere that this virus will be over by June, doesn't live in the heat. Yeah, I know. Look, dude, I got so many conspiracy theories with this whole thing right now. Yeah, best wide receivers is Joe Montana. Yes. But Aguilar had a good game. Yeah, look, he had a game in the Super Bowl. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate he had a good 2017 and he was good in the Super Bowl. But everything in between, from after that to before that has stunk. And I swear, I think Nelson Aguilar is all up here. Because if you remember, Aguilar, when he does something bad early, he can't let it go. And he misses that ball against Atlanta. He doesn't recover from it. But in 2017, week 1, he catches that pass by Carson, scores a touchdown, helps his confidence. He's very talented, physical, like a player with physicality. He's athletic, got talent, but he ain't got it up here. He's a choker. Aguilar's better than Julio. I'm Texas, bro. Hopefully this bullshit blows over. I hope so, Jesse. CeeDee Lamb or Nelson Aguilar? Definitely Nelson. Draft Mims and another wide receiver, third. But I want that Greg Ward receiver some chance to prove himself. What if we pick Mims in round 1, linebacker round 2? What I think in the third we'll have some good. Yeah, you could do that, Bruno. You could do that. I would probably just go, Brody, I would say bioweapon. So, she gets Jerry Jeudy every time, Sean. AC1 says, hey, Philly, remember Coach Clapp is no longer there in Dallas. We beat your she-girls with a below-average head coach. What do you think we're going to do with a real head coach? You think you got a real coach? You don't got a real coach. You have a paper coach. He's a paper champ coach. The only reason he won a Super Bowl is because he had Aaron Rodgers. I could win with Aaron Rodgers. I could win. Everybody in this stream could win with Aaron Rodgers. At least one Super Bowl. Oh, Mav, it looked horrible. I couldn't watch it with the crowd. My 5-year-old son's better than Nelson. Absolutely. Joey, how you doing, buddy? Samuel said, you think we can get Jefferson and Mims? I don't think you can get both because I think they're going to go too close to each other. Trade Ertz to Arizona for the 8th pick and a 4th rounder. Done. I told you guys before, if you've been to these streams, I actually have had dreams of Ertz playing for the Cardinals. And I'm thinking, why is he oh, yeah, we got their 1st round pick. Mike McCarthy better than Doug? Come on, he ain't better than Doug. He couldn't do what Doug does. Well, you see, when Aaron Rodgers gets hurt, their season's over. Doug Peterson, you got to give him his credit. Brand says, seems like the Eagles are setting Wentz up to fail. They haven't done much for him. They haven't done anything for him. They haven't done anything. I have 2 videos coming out. One video is going to be on the right receivers for Carson Wentz. And the second video, what the hell was I going to say? The second video is going to be on, doing something in free agency on the offensive side of the ball still, even though it's late in the game. Nothing wrong with your wide receiver group. Jeffrey Jackson Whiteside. Yeah, I know. Of course, a Cowboy fan would want that because they must love that that's our receiving core. When will I do a podcast with Fisk Vegas? I like Fisk Vegas. I'm subscribed to him. I mean, whenever he invites me, I'll do it. Philly, did you hear about the NBA? Is thinking about Game of Horse? I did, and I have no interest in it, Mav. Philly, rank the NFC East defenses. I'm going to say Eagles 1. I'll say Dallas 2, Giants 3, Redskins 4. But Redskins may be better after the draft. We'll see how it goes. I think Ruggs, along with Ayuk and Deshaun Jackson, will allow Carson at 5 down. Oh, my God. Dude, that offense would be so crazy. So the Eagles have looked into Taylor Gabriel. You want him? Yeah, I'm going to, in the video, one of my videos I'm doing tomorrow, I'm going to talk about Taylor Gabriel and signing him. That's what I'm going to talk about, how I think they should go after him. Because he's probably cheap and they need a veteran presence. I mean, you realize right now that whoever you draft is not going to have OTAs, probably any spring football or anything like that. So they're not going to be, they may be behind the 8 ball in terms of starting and playing. Alshon's not playing. He's not going to play early in the year, maybe first 4-6 weeks, whatever. So who are your receivers? Deshaun Jackson and Arcega-Whiteside? I mean, I hope Arcega-Whiteside works out, but I can't trust it. We need to give up this year and next year's first and pick for Lamb or Judy. I don't think we need to give up that much, but I do agree trading up. I'm willing to trade 2 first-round picks for Ruggs if we have to. I don't think you have to spend that much, but I understand. Draft Mims, trade Rasul a 3rd and a 6th to the 49ers for the 31st pick in the draft and Ayuk with the 31st. Trade Rasul 3rd, and you'd have to give up more to get up that high. You'd have to trade your 2nd. I'm a Brazilian Eagles fan watching you every day for good information about your team. Bruno, I appreciate that. You're in Brazil right now? Shout out to you. Telling you, bro, running back in the 1st. Swift would have hometown motivation. I just think you can't waste time with the receiver. I would like to see Game of Horse like LeBron James versus Michael Jordan. Now of the greats, that would be. Money says, add Gabriel and Justin Jefferson. Yeah. 500, I'm stoked. I think Howie's moving up. He might have a few miscues, but he ain't no slouch. I think he's got something planned, Aaron, too. I do, too. And when I think about Rasul Douglas, Rockley, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. What are the top two toughest divisions in football? Let's see. Good question. I don't know how much I believe the NFC West. NFC North is pretty good. We'll see. NFC South, then maybe the NFC South. And it may be the AFC and NFC South. I'm just throwing that out there. Well, maybe not anymore because they trade Hopkins. AFC North, possible. It's a good question. Why would you sign Gabriel? He never been a top receiver. Because you just need a veteran presence. You have no veteran presence right now. You need another veteran presence at receiver, somebody that can play. What happens if Whiteside comes out and he stinks and he can't play and Robert Davis isn't that good? Then what do? I'd rather have a veteran out there. How about Ayuk's injury? Will he be okay to play 100? Type of injury did he have? He had the same injury that Deshaun Jackson had. the core muscle injury, it's like a sports hernia thing. They say once you have the surgery, you don't have to worry about reoccurrence or problems with it. Usually you're okay, unless you're Matt Collins. And then for some reason, because you ride a bike on a banana seat so much, it never goes away. I think Ruggs, along with Ayuk and Deshaun Jackson, will allow Carson 5,000 yards. I think so too. What do you like about Jefferson? I mean, I think Jefferson's pretty athletic. I think he has good hands. I think he's a good route runner. I think he's going to be a good player. I just don't know if he's going to play outside. I'm not a guy saying he can't. I'm more of a guy saying I've heard so many sides of the argument. I don't know. Aguilar will always. You guys are trying to just drive me nuts with the Aguilar stuff because that's like I have lost many years of my life from Nelson Aguilar, and people who watch my streams during the race didn't know. I unleash on Aguilar. 500. Why have I heard about Brandon Ayuk this week? Why have you? Because people were talking about him. I mean, he had surgery, so his name came up. But I've been watching him for 2 weeks, and I'm just like, the more I watch this kid, the more I think this kid's gonna fit. He fit in the Eagles perfect. Philly, did you see Joey Shake's last video? It was freaking hilarious. I didn't see it. What was it about, Elliot? I kind of wish we didn't get hot at the end of the season. We need we need a top 10. Yeah, well, that's the problem. Seahawks, Saints at home. San Fran possibly depending on offense. Those are the only teams I worry about in the NFC. Tampa will be good, but take our defense against them, no problem. Yeah, could be right. NFC East quarterbacks. Carson Wentz, 1. Dak Prescott, 2 for now. Daniel Jones, 3. And then Haskins. To me, Judy is the best wide receiver in the draft. We should aim for him. Hey, I'm all for it, walk it to him, Wentz. Mark Holmes, number 1. Philly 500, number 2. Thanks, buddy. I'll take it. Bro be trolling now, yep. What is your take on the Cam Newton situation? Should we sign him? Yeah, I thought about this. I mean, if you're not going to go and sign anybody else in free agency, maybe. It's not the worst idea in the world. However, I don't really think you need him. And if it's going to create some sort of problem where Carson's looking over his shoulder, then you can't do it. So probably not when I think about it like that. You think Haskins a bust? I'm not sure he's a bust, but he's just not there yet. Ayuk or Jefferson? Ayuk. That's how much I like Ayuk. I know it's crazy. I just can't help it. Homie, we'll move up. If he sits at 21 Mims, no way Jefferson slot receiver. I agree. Walk it to him, homie. We'll move up. I think so, bro. I think we're getting top 3. If I rank the NFC East, I don't even know. I don't even know who Dallas' long snapper is. I only know the Eagles. Eagles going cornerback in the first, wide receiver in the second. I hope not. Vester, what's up? How you been? Been a while. Kenny says Henry better than Jerry. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Wisconsin, yo 500, how you doing? I'm good, man. Crippled yet division champs. What's that say about the Cowboys? Crippled yet the Cowboys stink. That's all I know. I would trade Carson if he gets injured again. Well, who's going to want him if he gets injured again? I know Howie. He's not taking a receiver till second or third. Anytime he says it's a deep draft in a position, he don't take it first. I hear you, but the only issue I have with that is they literally have not signed anybody in free agency. Signed nobody. So I don't see what choice they have. But if Howie does that, it's a mistake. Because Howie should be able to look at himself and say, you know what? Like, look, dude, look. I look at myself in the mirror and I go, you fat pig. Stop eating that Twix. You don't need that soda. You fat bastard. You don't need the 3 chins in the back of your head. You don't need your wife buttering your hips to get you through the door. No more Haagen-Dazs. You understand? I get it. I know my weaknesses. Howie Roseman needs to know his weaknesses. I can't draft a wide receiver. I can't do it to save my life. I better get the best one and take the safest possible prospect, meaning the best possible prospect. That's what I would do. You know what I mean? That's what I'm doing. If Howie can't see himself like that, then we got big problems. In my opinion. Alshon stays for now, unfortunately. They need to do Carson right. If Howie screws this draft up and doesn't surround him with the best possible talent, he definitely deserves that. Then maybe we need to draft a new GM. I agree. I agree. I love Laviska's toughness. Reminds me a lot of Anquan. I like Laviska. I just think I just don't know if he can play on the outside. Give Carson at least a wide receiver at least 2. Greg Ward or JJ. I agree, Jason Matt. Hey, if I rank the NFC East running backs and receivers, like as a group, Hey, fun, I got my alibi ready yet? Yeah, it's coming, huh? I want to stay away from Judy. He has talent, but talks like a guy who won't last 5 years in the league. Really? Okay. Are you going to unleash your 7-round prediction on us? I'm going to do my 7th round. I'll do a 7-round pick. I should do one soon. My college team, there's 2 teams I like in college. I like Penn State, and I like Miami Hurricanes. My cousin got me to Miami Hurricanes, and I like them. I will help you lose weight you want because I had to eat keto soup to do a lot of matrimonial duties. Yo, Philly, in the last video, Joey absolutely raged when he found out the Eagles tried to trade Alshon last year. Now he hates Alshon like Philadelphia hates Aguilar. Oh, I got to watch it. Guys, we getting ahead of ourselves. How is it going to come through? I hope so. Mark Holmes almost fell in his fire. What the hell's wrong with that guy? That's what happens when you do 90 videos a day. We should draft the wide receiver. We have Greg Ward. I like it. Chase Claypool. Yeah, I'm sad the Eagles lost against Seattle. Me too. Me too. Oh, Benny, thank you for super chat, buddy. Appreciate that. If you believe Carson is elite, you don't need to trade up for receiver. This draft doesn't have a Julio Jones or Megatron, but it's a strong group. Yeah, thank you for the super chat, first of all. So, I hit the mic. Thank you for super chat, Benny. I know what you're saying, but I think that when you look at what the Eagles need receiver-wise, I think you have to try to trade up for speed receiver. I mean, you don't have to. But, I mean, I think getting a Henry Ruggs, I think the Eagles lack speed so bad on the offense that if you could target a Ruggs, you have to almost treat him that way, is what I'm saying. Philly Fan D, thank you for super chat, buddy. You're a beautiful kid. All families be well. Thank you, Philly Fan D. Appreciate that. Oh, Kara, is that your dinner? You're making me hungry. I'm going to come over for dinner. If we get Taylor Gabriel, then we all need is one receiver in the draft, and we can get deep into the O-line, linebacker. Yeah, you could. I would probably still get 2 receivers. B says, hit that like button. Please subscribe if you haven't. I appreciate it. 500, what's up, buddy? Mims and Ayuk. I love it, Philly. So, how are you? Ayuk or Rager or Hamler? Give me Ayuk. Ayuk, Rager, Hamler, in that order. Laviska, 6'2", 227, fast hands, and a truck with the ball. He is. There's no question about it. Laviska Shenault has a lot of talent, too. You know, it's a shame he got hurt at the Combine. Can he play outside, or is he going to be a slot? Is he going to be a gadget guy? That's what I hear from people. Let's hope Howie learns something from Andy Reid, because Andy brought us D. Jackson Macklin. Well, and right, Benjamin. And if you remember early, Andy missed on receivers. He drafted Fred X, but then he started going to the quicker guys with upside, and he started hitting. And now look how he drafts in Kansas City. I love Denzel Mims too. Thoughts on Giants adding Deion Lewis? Nah, he's older now. You know, it's a shame we let Deion Lewis go. I'm going to check it out, Tyler. Drew says you have to. Eagles should bring back Chip Kelly for what? Maybe when we have the Nelson Aguilar parade, we'll bring back Chip Kelly. Kevin says, will the NFL draft be on TV or live stream on YouTube? No, it's going to be on like ESPN NFL Network, but it's going to be mixed in as like a telethon, you know. Jerry Lewis is going to be there or something. I don't know. But, you know, it is what it is. So we got 332 people here, 249 likes. Please please subscribe if you haven't. We're going to do this a lot. Sorry, I'm ranting today on Nelson, and I'm ranting about my 3 chins in the back of my hip. But look, I'm pumped up. My weakness, one of the things you can get me on a tirade about is Nelson Aguilar. How we need to give up the draft and let someone pick out. I know, all right? You see Corey Coleman and you think Corey Coleman, okay. That's not good then. Christopher Tatum, thank you so much for the super chat, man. Man, I want Ruggs only. I don't care if Lamb or Judy are available. Ruggs. You're not going to get any argument out of me, Christopher. I believe in Ruggs. Thank you for the super chat, buddy. Elliot says, yo, Philly, my Miles Sanders jersey that I ordered last week isn't coming till June 6th now. It must be a holdup because of the Dingbat-19 virus. Yeah, Dingbat-19 is killing it, man. Just hang in there. It gives you something to look forward to. Miles Sanders stat prediction. I'm going to say Miles Sanders, 1,200 yards, 8 rushing touchdowns. Then another 750 yards in the air, 55 catches, and another 8 touchdowns. So he's going to have like 16 total. That's actually a lot of touchdowns. I'll probably should bring that down to how about 5 touchdowns? So 5 touchdowns passing. So it'll be 13 total. Who do you think is better, Riley Pooper or Nelson Aguilar? Nelson Aguilar. Riley Pooper, it may be the worst ever. I just, all I wanted to do was just run on the field with a friggin' scissors and cut that dude's hair. You know? God, that guy drove me nuts. Only priority items get shipped. Interesting. I'm very high on Sanders. I was extremely high on Sanders during this draft. Yes, very much so. You guys are focused way too much on speed in the first. We need the best player. No. Here's the reason why I focus. I don't normally focus on speed, and I normally will tell somebody that in the first round, you take best player available regardless of position. But because Howie hasn't picked good receivers, and because out of all the offenses in the league, and multiple people I've heard say this, the Eagles had the slowest offense in the league, the slowest players. They need speed. Speed has to be like number one because we are so far behind. You look at a team like Kansas City, even look at the Rams maybe 2 years ago. Those teams were so much faster than us. I mean, I remember watching this Super Bowl thinking to myself, I don't know how the Eagles can't keep up with these teams. You need to get faster. Who's your top 5 running back in the league? Top 5 running backs? Oh, man. I think Saquon Barkley is the best running back in football. I think I would probably put Saquon 1. Who else? See, I'm drawing blank. Zeke probably 2. I don't know. I can't think. I can't think off the spot. I need to think about all the teams. Justin, thank you for Super Chat, buddy. Yo, Philly, been sub for a while. Could I get a wrench? Also, who's your first choice if we trade up for the 11th or 12th pick? Probably Henry Ruggs. Thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate the Super Chat. Do you like Schwartz as defensive coordinator? Not really. I think he's a good coach, but I don't like his scheme. Yes, King Dave, but me and both wanted Sanders even over Henderson. He was, yeah, definitely Paul Toy. Yes, Speed, but how look John Ross played out? Oh, John Ross. I'm not saying draft a guy with 2 left feet as hands and can't stay healthy and is fast. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is find the guys, give me the guys that are good receivers, that have good hands, that have potential to be good players in the league. Okay, give me 3 of them. Okay, I got 3. Now I want the fastest one. That's all I'm saying. Ruggs is a good receiver. He is not John Ross. People that say that Ruggs is going to be John Ross are only putting him in that label because he's fast. But if you look at Ruggs, he's got big hands. He has good hands. He can catch in traffic. And Ruggs, to me, is going to be a star. We need the right pick, not the popular one. Absolutely. Forget the Tiger King 500, the Eagle King. That should have been called the Limpin' Rednecks, that show. Did you notice that every one of those people in that show were limping? They were rednecks and they were limping. All of them. I got the tiger. You know, it's crazy. Just trade for Ruggs, that's all we need to. Absolutely. I'm surprised how humble Carson is with so many Cowboys trying to jump on his man. I know, right? You Eagle fans really make me laugh. 52 years to win a Super Bowl, and you want to brag, shaking my head, low self-esteem complex. But we won. Should we draft Denzel Mims in the first round if Judy Lamb and Ruggs are gone? Yeah, I would. I don't think the Eagles will go linebacker, so I don't even think about it. Mark Holmes said Miles Sanders is a beast. How about that? Mark Holmes gave him credit. Ruggs is too small and won't pan out. He's almost 6 foot. He's 5'11". Why wouldn't he pan out? Philly, you shouldn't have to explain yourself about the need for speed on the offense. True Eagle Philly fans already. Yeah. 500. Dak will make Nelson better. He's better than Carson. Dak stinks. Do the Eli face? Eli face. Ruggs is fine. Ruggs is what I want. Ruggs is what we need. I just could see it now. Carson is shotgun, back to pass. He's getting pressured. He's rolling out. What does he do? He throws the ball 50 yards downfield, wide open. Henry Ruggs. That's what you're going to see a lot of. You're going to see a lot of that. Spot on Eli face. Thank you. Forget all what if. Get Ruggs if way possible along with Ayuk or Mims. I would take. My best case scenario would be Ruggs, Ayuk, or Mims Ayuk. That's it. Yes, the Eli phase. If they don't get at least one good linebacker, we're in trouble. Well, I can tell you right now, they're not going to. I'll be shocked if they took a linebacker in the first 3 rounds. Trade for Keenan Allen, possible. I might not be opposed to that. I checked out Ayuk. I prefer him to Jefferson. That's how I feel. Eagles UK. Spend too much money on the O-line at times we can't block. Yeah, well, they're always going to invest in the line. What's better than when Tom Coughlin used to get all red? Oh, especially like with the punter on the Deshaun play was greatest ever. How he trained to be wild so we don't have to draft one. I hope he's fast. I thought Eli hacked your stream for a second. I know, right? That's spot on. Will we see White rerun draft night? If we get Henry, look, if we get Ruggs, yeah, we got a shot. Does Ayuk change his draft stock? Well, that's what I'm hoping. And look, I don't think it would normally, but the fact that he can't go visit teams and visit their team doctors, teams may be like, we should just wait. And that's what I'm hoping. And if he falls into the second and I don't trade up in the first, then I got to go get him. Philly Fan D, thank you for the super chat. I prefer a bald beauty than Ruggs. Really? Okay. I'll take Ruggs. There's rumors of trading Douglas. Yeah, I saw that. Who is better, T. Higgins or Justin Jefferson? I would rank Jefferson above him, but I think T. Higgins is going to be a lot better than people think. I like Quez Watkins, I do, but I see him like, somebody from the 3rd round on. So I've seen a lot of reports and a lot of bleeding green with heavy links, tweets, Eagles, and Jefferson. Yeah, I have 2 systems of not. That's what I did. That was what I based my video on yesterday, talking about Jefferson because of all the reports and all the links that we're going to get him. Do you think the Lions could trade down twice with Miami at 5 and then whoever wants the 3rd quarterback, Chargers? Yeah, I mean, they could, Nate. If they're smart and they want to do that, that's not a bad idea. The Eagles wouldn't be involved in that, though. Justin Jefferson is Jordan Matthews 2.0. Man, really? You think so? I pray to all the holy we don't take them. Yeah, I don't want him either. Smokescreen Hugh, you could be right. He doesn't want to say Zeke Elliott top 5 run. Zeke definitely is. No, Zeke is. I just can't think of all the teams and all the backs. It's like I'm drawing a blank. I would say that I think Saquon Barkley is the best running back in football. I think Zeke is probably 2. I think guys like Le'Veon Bell, I think I don't know. I don't think the same of him. Who is a smokescreen? They're saying Justin Jefferson's a smokescreen. McCaffrey is number 2. Friggin' McCaffrey, yeah. McCaffrey might be number 2, and then Zeke Elliott 3. I forgot all about McCaffrey. You know what? I didn't think McCaffrey was going to be that good coming out of college. I really didn't. I thought he'd be like okay, but I didn't think he was going to be as good as Derrick Henry. There you go, Derrick Henry. I'll say I still would take Zeke over Derrick Henry. So I'll say 4 is Henry. I'll say Barkley, McCaffrey, Zeke, Henry, and then let me think. Who's another running back out there? Christopher Tatum, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Yeah, I go Saquon over him. I think Saquon is the best, man. Dalvin Cook, yeah. See, I like Kamara. I would put Kamara over Cook, but that's just me. And if you actually look at Miles Sanders, had pretty comparable numbers to Kamara, and he's not really. Kamara is not. I said Kamari. Kamara is not really. He's not really like a full-time back. Dalvin Cook, yeah, you might have to put Dalvin Cook. Although I need to see Dalvin Cook do it more than 1 year because he's been hurt so much. Ruggs was not a college star. Stats were average. A lot of overflow from Judy double covered up. Yeah, who cares? I don't care. I don't care about that. See, I think The Eagles make that mistake. They made that mistake of, why did you take Whiteside? We took him because he was productive. That's not good enough. You got to take guys who have high ceilings, that have athletic ability, that have talent that needs to be brought out. And that's why we miss on so many people. Remember when we wanted a Geist dude play one game? Yeah, I mean, that's what injuries do. Cowboys are better than the Eagles at every position. Come on, Quest. I mean, you know that I could just say tight end and you're not better. I could say defensive tackle, you're not better. What do you mean? I could say quarterback, you're not better. Jameer, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Appreciate that. Bring back Brian Westbrook, my favorite Eagle. Favorite Eagle? Interesting. Defensive tackle's going to eat Warthogs this season. I know. If I was a GM, I would pretend Antonio Brown doesn't exist. 100. And bring him in or just stay away from him. I wish he didn't get arrested. If he didn't get arrested, I would say sign him. But the fact that he got arrested, I don't think they touch him. You see it in the NBA all the time. You draft the guy with the most potential. You got to do it. That's the problem. Reno Mahe rank. Oh, yeah, talk about a guy that I did punch a hole. Reno Mahe, I put a hole in a couch once. Yeah, Reno Mahe frustrated me. Yo, Philly, which player in the NFL does Ayuk remind you of the most? See, somebody said Steve Smith earlier, and I kind of see that in him. But he also kind of reminds me of a more physical Jeremy Maclin. Maybe even a little faster. Hey, 500, how would you feel if Howie can pull off Henry Ruggs, KJ Hamler, or Brandon Ayuk? I don't know how to spell his last name. I would love it. That would be my dream. Dallas still stinks, Kevin. Wentz almost got MVP. Dak never got close to that. He never did. Von Bell better than Will Parks? Okay. Defensive line will make the back seven better. Top 10. Yeah, I agree. Benny, thank you for super chat, buddy. Who's this year's John Ross? That's a good question. Well, we got to see who gets drafted really too high. Like when John Ross went that early, was it like 8th or 9th or something like that? I mean, everybody was like, what are they doing? So we'll see. I don't know. I don't believe Ayuk is that guy. I don't believe Rager that guy. I don't even think Kamler is that guy. But it depends who they draft early. 500, do you think Sidney Jones will have a breakout? I don't know. I mean, I'm excited to see Sidney because he played good at the end of the year. And now he's got a real defensive back coach, so we'll see. Oh, I love Jerry Jeudy, absolutely. The Eagles secondary will be top 15 this year. I think so, AutoSound TV. Edward, what's up with you? Yo, Philly, Royce Freeman for our Jordan Howard replacement. Yeah, if he's cheap, I have no problem with it. John Ross was taking one pick before Mahoney. I'm pretty sure. That's crazy. Over under on what game Deshaun gets hurt. You're gonna start at 3? Oh. See, if he's at 3, we're screwed. We're screwed. I'm gonna say week 8. 500. Do you think we should trade Rasul for Kurt? Yes. If you and I'm gonna talk about this in the video I did that I have coming tomorrow. There was a lot of rumors about Curtis Samuel. They weren't really rumors, but people were perceiving them as. It was just a piece on The Athletic saying that the Eagles should try to get Curtis Samuel. And I would love Curtis Samuel. I would love it. I would like DJ Moore more, but I would take him. My favorite Eagle of all time is Reggie White. Reggie White is my number 1 Eagle of all time. My number 2 Eagle of all time is basically a tie between Randall Cunningham and Brian Dawkins. I love those guys. Peter, what's up, man? Philly, Ayuk played in the Pac-12. Doesn't that matter? They don't play. Yeah, I do worry about that. Pac-12 stuff does worry me. However, when you watch him play and you watch the things he does well, I think his game is going to translate in the NFL. And I think his game would translate for what the Eagles need. He's the kind of receiver the Eagles would need. So I do worry about that. But I don't worry about it with him. The last time Wentz had a deep threat, he went 11-2 with Torrey Smith. Wasn't even that good. Yeah, he wasn't even that good. He was just a good enough threat. Where's Jason Babin all-time, on my list? Jason Babin is probably top 3 all-time hate list of most hated Eagles. Him, late Nate Allen. Who else? Isaac Jenkins used to drive me up a wall. Who else? I gotta think who else. I grew up at Dawkins, Jimmy Johnson era of Eagles football. That's why he's my favorite. Oh, I understand that. Totally. Stinkalar's definitely up. Stinkalar's probably number one. I wouldn't be mad if we trade our second. The only people I'm actually interested in is Trevin Diggs or AJ Terrell, who may or not be there. So you just want corners, huh? I thought Babin was a prick. You know, Riley Cooper too. He was horrible. But I thought Babin was a prick. He quit. He didn't even care. He didn't care about anything else but getting sacks. And then the year we were bad, he just quit. Flat out quit. He didn't care. Riley Cooper was horrible too. You hate Jamar Chaney. Okay. Chung was horrible. Namdi was horrible. Yeah. I mean, there were a lot of horrible guys. But the guys that used to get on my nerves the most, Babin, I'll say in order, who drive me crazy the most, like where I want to put holes through walls. Aguilar. I'm trying to think if I want to say Babin or Riley Cooper second. I'll say Riley Cooper's 2, Babin 3, Reno Mahe maybe 4. Namdi was horrible, but you know, Roca pisses you off. Okay, now I like Asante Samuel, Matt McStanky. And look, I knew what he was. Namdi was just like, you know, he was very frustrating, but I didn't hate him like I hated those other guys. Oh, and I forgot Nate Allen, late Nate Allen, the safety they drafted after they let Brian Dawkins go. He comes and he's a bum. And everybody made excuses for him for years. Nate Allen stinks. And I could not stand watching him and then hearing about how great he was. Kevin Cobb, you know, he just had a head that bounced around a lot. You know, Bradford was very annoying too. Sam Bradford made me stop watching games last year. Oh, he was horrible. I like Connor Barwin. I like Connor Barwin. Orlando Scandrick. I don't even consider him an Eagle though. Like, he's not even an Eagle. He was just a rat, dude. KJ Hamler or Claypool? Hamler. Late Nate Allen. That was him. I'm still not over letting Hicks. Oh, I'll tell you another guy that used to piss me off. I'll tell you. You know, I don't hate him so much, but like he pissed me off. It was very frustrating. Was Mike Mamula. Mike Mamula just aggravates me, and that's why when I hear people go, it's not all about sacks, it's about hurries, about pressures, I think of Mike Mamula, because he was always a step too slow to get a sack. Nolan Carroll, yeah, I didn't care for. Trotter was one of the best. I love Trotter. Darby made you want to punch kids. He was horrible. Maxwell too. Like, they weren't there. You know, like, you have to be there long enough for me to build up that hate and that frustration. And a lot of times it has to do with guys who they try to push on you and say, well, this guy's good. Like, oh, Nelson Aguilar's good. You know, and then it starts to grate on me more because I know what I'm seeing. Same thing with Nate Allen. He's so good, Nate Allen. He's going to be Dawkins' replacement. And then you watch him stink every week. And they're like, we're going to give him an extension. And it's like, why? This guy stinks. And it drives me nuts. Chip Kelly was horrible. Gandy Golden will be a sleeper this draft. I think you could be right. Bradley Fletcher and Kerry Williams, I hated the most. Oh, they were horrible. Leos McKelvin, he was old. Reggie Brown didn't. No, Eagles champ. Reggie Brown didn't piss me off. Fred X was annoying, but I liked his personality. I mean, the guy thought he was something. So, you know, I was like, all right. Let's be real. Broderick Bunkley could have been frustrated at times with all the penalties. Yeah, he could be, very much. Casey Matthews was another guy that drove me nuts because of that. Same thing. Stinkston. Totally. I got really drunk one night at a fantasy draft, and people were talking about Pinkston, and I decided that I was going to make all these bets that Pinkston would be an all-pro, and I just looked like the biggest idiot in the world. I ended up spending the night in jail, but that's for a whole different reason. But I never lived that down. Who would you rather have, Kerry Williams and Bradley Fletcher, Ronald Darby, and Jalen Mills? Give me Ronald Darby and Jalen Mills, Christopher Tatum. And thank you for the super chat, buddy. I appreciate that so much. I love T.O. I was mad that T.O. left. Thank you so much for the super chat. Do you think we'll be a Super Bowl team next year. It depends what we do in the draft. We got to get weapons. I love T.O. I was so mad when he was going, oh, Sean Considine. Yeah, I couldn't stand that guy. Do you color the beard? I don't. No, if you look, there are a few, I get some grays in it. So every once in a while, I'll be plucking them mother humpers because my wife won't let me dye my hair. But I don't have a ton. Cunningham and Eric Allen, my top two. Love those guys. Both Hall of Famers. Yeah, Jailbird Philly. It wasn't my fault. It's a crazy story. But just watch Jordan Matthews overtime touchdown versus Cowboys. Okay, I remember that game. Yo, 500, would you take Flacco for backup? DH Eagle, what's up, my man? I would not, only because I don't think he could pass a physical. From what I heard, he has neck problems. Marcus Smith, look, yeah, that was a bad pick, but he wasn't like all-time hated. Considine was a special teams ace. He was one of those guys. It's the guys that you know. The guys that get on my nerves are the guys that quit, or they're the guys that the team tells you, this guy's good. We really like what he does, and he's really, and he's not good. And you're watching it, and they're just lying to you. And I just start hating players like that more and more. Jason Peters makes it annoyed. He annoys you. Why? Mark Seminow was one of those too, because they were like, he's a great middle linebacker, and everybody's going, put Trotter back in. It was in 2004. Danny Watkins, bum pick. I don't blame Danny Watkins. I blame Howie Roseman. I mean, because that was just such a bad pick. The defensive, you're talking about Broderick Bunkley. Imagine how he let DK Metcalf pass on the board, even Debo. I know. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't trust him to make the pick. Jerome McDougal stunk. Didn't get on my nerves, though. He's just like, yeah, he's stunk. Broderick Bunkley. Mims has, did I say Robert Bunkley? Mims has grown on me. Me too. Seminow stunk, and they tried to tell you how great he was. Same with Matthews. They tried to tell you how great he was. They did that with late Nate Allen. T.O. is better. I bet you T.O. would be a better slot receiver last year. I would have brought T.O. out of retirement. L.J. Smith stunk. What are your thoughts on Chase Young? Gonna be stud, absolute stud. I take Isaiah Simmons at 21. He can play. Look, he ain't gonna make it past 5. Isaiah Simmons is the one guy. Isaiah Simmons is the one guy that I say abandon Philly 500s, draft the receiver in the first round. If he gets to 10, I'm trading 2 first-round picks. When do I lose? Usually during a week. I don't know what days, because I kind of sometimes have to play it by ear, like when I'm free to be able to do it and stuff, when I can do it. So it's usually but it's usually around 4 or 7:15 Eastern time, 7 to 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. Eagles land Jefferson, not slept on. Mims better, though. I like Mims better, too. Nate Brown was annoying, too. Quest Cowboys is the closest. Winston Justice. Oh, yeah, I remember him. Simmons is so overrated. You think Isaiah Simmons over? I really don't. I like, maybe I'm wrong, but I think he's going to be good. The People's Champ got on my last nerve, 4th and 20. Yeah, Fred X was very annoying, but I was somewhat amused. Do you think the Eagles will be a Super Bowl team? If we have a good draft, when you and LB going to finish this draft board? I was supposed to. It's my fault because we're supposed to do it this week, and I have to go back and look and get the whole list, and I didn't do it, so I'm a day behind. So I it's on me. But hopefully this week, because I think we only have 3 more players to go. Oh, do I got any Jamie Asher stories? Oh, you won that little contest. Yeah, that Jamie Asher fight was very fun. And then he goes to the Eagles. That's the best part of it. Do you feel Avant was an underrated wideout? I always felt they a little overshadowed dude. Yeah, I mean, I thought that Avant was. I thought he was pretty good at what he was. I thought he was. Valued about the same. I thought it was about right. I think he was the perfect complement for those other 2 guys. Should we bring I'll bring Jason Peters back if I can sign him cheap. A.J. Dillon in the 4th round, I wouldn't be opposed. You hated Donovan when he passed the ball to the ground. Oh, yeah, he used to get on my nerves with that. But I used to like him. 500, that had his... thank you, Eagles landed. We're trading up to the Niners pick because they only have 2 first-rounders, pretty much nothing else. Yeah, I think you could be right. Takeo Spikes I liked. I liked him. I would have actually liked to bring him back. T.O. was awesome. Avant was very reliable. ND Kalu, I thought he was going to turn out better than he did, but he didn't get on my nerves, you know? Danny, he says, answer my question, Phil. What was the question? I missed it. I'm sorry. Ask it again. Jaquan Jarrett? Yeah, I liked him. I mean, he stunk, but, you know, he didn't get on my nerves. I would bring back Bradham Cheap. Favorite Eagles backup quarterback of all time? Of all time? Okay. Favorite backup? That's interesting because I don't consider Michael Vick a backup. I don't consider Nick Foles a backup. I'm going to say Bubby Brister or Jim McMahon. Trade a third and Alshon for Curtis Samuel. I would in a second. Ronnie Brown fumbled a goal line. I remember that. Philly, Judy or Lamb? Lamb. Whatever, dude. You're stupid and beneath me. That's me or you. Are you talking about me? Ty Detmer or Coy Detmer? Who's the one? Was it Coy that did the... No, I'll go Ty. Ty did the little belt thing. I don't consider Foles a backup quarterback, though. Do you hate the thought of potentially taking a defensive player in the first? Is that wide receiver class deep enough? I do hate it. But it's not because it's not deep. It is. It's because of who's picking. I'm afraid that the Eagles don't do a good job picking the 5th, 6th, 7th best receiver off the board. And I just don't want to risk it. McNabb was a good big game. He wasn't a big game quarterback. No. Yo, Philly, did you hear the Niners offered a player swap for Douglas? Would you take Breida for him? Yeah, I would take Breida for him. But I would try to go somewhere else. Because I think if you get Breida, I think then Boston Scott may be on the outs. Avant had great hands, money on third down. He did. My question was, who's better, Carson or Deshaun Watson? Deshaun Watson, right? Is that who you're saying? I think Carson's better. But I'm a big Deshaun Watson guy. I thought he was going to be the best quarterback out of that class. Obviously, I was wrong, but I like Deshaun Watson, but I put Carson above him. Carson's never had DeAndre Hopkins, you know. I love Jeremiah Trotter. Yo, 500, 21 trade, 32 for Kansas City for an extra second and a third pick, and Mims at 32. I don't know that Mims will be there at 32. That would be my only concern. Greg Ward is our slot guy. Don't sleep. And then you can't draft Jefferson, right? McNabb is my favorite Eagles quarterback. We forgot how many balls his wide receivers dropped. Oh, I like McNabb. My issue with McNabb came when they tied Cincinnati and he said he didn't know the rules. That's when I got really annoyed with McNabb. Carson, I would not mind. Me neither. I love Watson. I haven't seen enough of him, Big Fluffy. Kevin Curtis for the win. Remember that game against Detroit? I do. I could eat McDonald's nuggets like they're chips. Eat away. Of course, Watson doesn't have DeAndre Hopkins anymore either. Yeah, that's true. So it'll be interesting seeing him. Oh, Sendeja, yeah. You like Joe Reed, tough as nails? Missing on Hopkins. That was the mistake, in my opinion, of free agency. So we got 355 people here. Please like, please subscribe if you haven't. We got 280 likes. I want to get over 300 likes before the end of the stream, which is going to be in about another 5 minutes. Then I got to go. I got to go cook dinner. So be sure to like, subscribe if you haven't. Let's get at least over 300 likes. Mike McCarthy will sweep Doug T. Mike McCarthy stinks. The yellow-blue colors for the first NFL team out of Philadelphia, the Frankfurt Yellow Jackets, won the championship in 26, went bankrupt in 31. Ain't that crazy? I don't like the jersey, though. I didn't like when they wore those throwbacks. King Music, your boys here. What's up? What's up with you? D-Jackson's best Eagles wide receiver ever. I wouldn't Tommy McDonald have to be the best Eagles receiver ever. But I never seen him play. My dad would tell you that. Harold Carmichael, I didn't really see him play either. But I would say, yeah, I would probably put him one. T.O. would have been, although I'm going to tell you, my favorite Eagles wide receiver of all time is Mike Quick. If he's even, he's leaving. We need new color. We need Kelly Green back. I liked Bill Romanowski when he played for us. I liked him. Yo, Philly, how did you Did you like my comment about trusting Howie as much as trusting a gas station sushi? That was hysterical, Elliot. I read that to my wife. Evan Mathis was a top guard until he got chipped. Yeah. You take C.J. Henry or Kenneth Murray over the number 5'6" wide receiver. But just think about this. You do that. See, I agree with you. Like, if the Eagles would have gotten DeAndre Hopkins, then you don't take a receiver in the first round. You don't have to do it. You can wait. If you would have signed Robbie Anderson, you don't have to take a receiver in the first round. But when you didn't take anybody, if you pass on your first round wide receiver, then you're not picking again till 53. How many receivers are going to be off the board? I don't understand. I mean, the Eagles have put themselves in a position, and this is what I'm saying, where I don't think they have a choice but to trade up, because everybody's going to be jumping them. Ryan Moats, I like Ryan Moats. Lots of people forget how good Irving Fryer was. Oh, Irving Fryer was fantastic. Now, I always see Irving Fryer as a Miami Dolphin. I don't see him as an Eagle, but he was an Eagle, but he was fantastic. Remember when they forced him into retirement? Chubbs, if the Niners are interested in Douglas and they have a 13th pick, would they take Douglas or 21st or 4th or 13th overall? That's a great question. I think that the Douglas trade to 49ers, okay, with the 49ers not having picks, they have to either want a player swap, which some people said, or it could be about moving up. Our toilet starts to manufacture King Tibet. You get lots of goods. Yeah, right? Yellow and blue jersey, I hated it too. All right, peace out. All right, Zeke fan, man, you have a good night, man. You have a good night. Takeo Spikes, all neck team. I like Takeo Spikes. We just got him too late, Whiteside took some online about how to be a man core. I hope so. Philly, have a nice day. Stay safe. Appreciate that from Israel. Thank you, man. You stay safe out there, too. Who do you feel confident the Eagles will draft for sure? For sure, I think the safest pick is Justin Jefferson. I think that's the safest, most likely. That's what I see the most. But I think that's not what the Eagles are going to do. I think they're going to trade up, and I think we're going to be talking about Henry Ruggs. The yellow and blue jerseys were from the Philadelphia Yellow Jackets. Yeah, they were Eagles Club, but when they wore it, remember when they played Detroit that one year? I didn't like it. My favorite throwback was the one they did was at 2010, the Kelly Green, when Michael Vick. That was the crazy thing, is they're in the Kelly Green, Cobgood's hurt, Michael Vick comes in, and he looks like Randall Cunningham. And it was like, dude, I was like in heaven. I'll never forget that game because of that. What about the Niners' 13th pick for Rasul Douglas and the Eagles' first and the Eagles' third pick? I think that could get it done, Pete. I think that could. Yeah, I think it could. Easy to get Super Bowl rings when it's the Bills. Yeah, they lost 4 in a row. Against Green Bay, I remember. That was a beautiful thing. And we got killed that game. We lost. But it was just so memorable. Remember when Romo spit in the hat dude's face? Oh, my God, that was funny, yeah. Phil, you and Mark should bet beard for beard. I would love to see that because he would. Let's do it, AC1. I'm in. The Frankfurt Yellow Jackets, that's right. Don't be surprised if the Eagles take a linebacker first. Eagles are not taking a linebacker. I'm willing to bet anybody on that. If you want to bet me the Eagles take a linebacker first, I'm taking all bets. Eagles are not taking a linebacker. They don't value him. So it seems like everyone forgot about Marquand Michel. I like Marquand Michel. Look, I like Marquand Michel. I like Burnett. I like Robert Davis. But the thing is I just can't trust that these guys are going to be who we will think they are. I don't want to take any chance. Watch us get Thaddeus Moss as a receiver. Well, I mean, we don't need it. If that happens, we're trading Ertz. Who was number 95 that won the Super on our team that year? Michael Kendricks. 3,500. Texans wasn't offering Eagles the same deal they were offering Cardinals for B-Hop. Well, Wally, what were they offering? Because I would have given a first-round pick. He's top 3 receiver. Husband, wife, Eagles for life. Says, have a great night, King. Love your channel. You the man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Cowboys got Jamal Adams. Well, I didn't get anything on my phone yet. Do you think the Eagles are going to be a Super Bowl team? If they have a good draft and can fix this receiver situation, they will be. They wanted Sanders in that deal. They ain't getting Sanders. Forget that. D-Hop is getting close to 20 mil per year. I know, but he's a top 3 receiver. I can't worry about what he's getting paid. I need the receiver. Would you have given Miles Sanders a second? No, I wouldn't. You got to keep Miles Sanders. I think Miles Sanders is special, you know. So, I'm going to cut this in about a minute. I just want to take this time to say thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. Appreciate all the super chats. Try to do this again. If I don't do it tomorrow, I'll do it on Friday. I'll do another stream. But thank you for being here. I'm going to go look into this Rasul Douglas thing. Maybe I'll do a video on it later. I do have another video done for tonight, and I got to do one for tomorrow. So I appreciate everyone being here. I just want to thank you guys. It was fun. It was good talking. Sorry I went off on Nelson Aguilar, but I just can't help it. It's very easy for me to get triggered. So, Chris T. Jones, I thought he was going to be a star too. You know, I mean, yeah, I remember him. But thank you guys so much. I'm going to let you go. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. And don't be a dingbat. And I do think TJ Edwards is going to do a good job